Hi gang, today I want to show you Quick Change. Quick Change is a great program for Corel users that are screen printing. And the reason why is screen printers have a lot of templates that they use repeatedly over and over again. And they might even have a catalog of templates that they let their customers choose from just to try and keep the bill a little bit lower for the customer. That way they're not recreating the wheel every time. Kind of like a tattoo artist does. You got them all up on the wall, and which one do you want? And that's a lot of times that's what screen printers do. And if you don't, it's a good idea. Templates are a great way to go. But even if you don't have templates and you just have designs that maybe your customer saw one hanging on the wall or in your rack, and he said, "Can you make me one like this?" And you just so happen to have that file and the text is still live and everything else, then of course you can go in there and change that out. If you have an image that maybe it took a little bit, and this is a good example, in that this change, the word change here, is actually developed from a handful of different changes. It's not just one. There's power clips in there, there's shadows and everything else, and there might actually be a grand total of, I don't know, maybe up to 10 or so single change words to develop not just the text itself, but the color of it, the shadows on the inside, the shadows on the outside, the strokes or the outlines, and then the shadows on the inside for this quick. And there's all kinds of things there. Oh, the shadow for the, not shadow, I'm sorry, the text that is power clipping, the flames on the inside. So, I mean, there's a bunch there. Who knows how many. But the point I'm trying to make is that text can be easily switched out just by using Quick Change. And if I wanted to say we wanted to say Quick Steve, then I can just type Steve in here and highlight the word change, click OK, and little by little this thing is going to go in and change it to Quick Steve. And so as you can see, now it says Quick Steve. And say the customer says the Quick Steve is cool, but maybe you can do me a favor and change the font, because that Aiken font to me is Aiken. But so what you want to do maybe is go find a font like perhaps Jokerman and hit OK. And now you have the word Steve in Jokerman, which isn't a desirable font, but it's the one the customer wanted. And the customer is always right. Now, just for the sake of using a different font, I'm going to bring this back to reality here with the ever so popular font called Tahoma. That's right, Tahoma. Bold. So I'm going to change that to Tahoma, and that'll at least get us, an illegible, readable type of thing. So now we've already changed the text and changed the font, and we did it really quick. And quick enough to where you can print that out and send it to the customer right away, or put it on a PDF or whatever you need to do. And maybe the customer says, "That's a great design, but I don't know if I want to, on a white shirt, I still don't know if I want to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors. Is there anything you can do for me? Maybe you can get that down to 4. And you're thinking 4 colors. Maybe. You might be able to do that. And so there's always a way to do it. If I go into advanced tinting here, and I take this Cool Gray 7, and I change it to black. Maybe we'll use the same process black that we've got here. Process black C, process black C. And we go right here to contrast relative. What this will actually do is take this Cool Gray 7 and change it to a tint of the process black. And I'll go ahead and give you an example. And this actually takes a little bit of time, so I'm going to stop talking here for a second, and we're going to fast forward it. And when it's done, I'll go back. And there you go. Now you can see that the design has only got the black in it. And if we actually separated this with vector sep, we would see that there's nothing but black in here, and there's tints of those black. All this gray in here is all a tint of that black, because Quick Change went in and took that gray and put it in the black screen. I'm going to do the same thing for this light blue, this process blue. We're going to put it in 286, and we're going to do it exactly the same way that we did the black. So we're going to go locate 286. That's 286. We're going to hit that. We're going to change that to that, and we're going to go contrast relative again. is actually, if it was 20%, it's going to change it to 20%. If it's 100%, it's going to change it to 100%. We're talking about tints. In contrast relative, if it locates a color, in this case the process blue, and it sees that it's maybe only a 25% of the 286 or whatever, it's going to figure it out mathematically. Then it's going to go ahead and make it that 25% or 50% or whatever it is of the 286, and it does that through math and everything else, and you'll actually get a piece that you can send back to your customer. And in this particular case, 4 colors. You're not going to need that top white, but you are going to need the black, the 116 yellow, the 286 blue, and the 032 red. And you'll be able to do that now because Quick Change was able to go in there and take every little piece that was that process blue, whether it be a 5% tint or 100% tint or whatever, and it's going to contrast relative that into the 286 blue. And again, because of the sake of time, I'm going to fast forward this and let it go. Okay, it's all done. It's going back, and I reloaded the form, and now we have a 4-color plus a top white design that you can sell to your customer. And your customer says, "Steve, everything looks great. One more thing, I was completely wrong about that Tahoma. Will you please go back to Aiken, because it's really not Aiken that bad. Rim shot, but I'm going to be here all week. Thank you. My name's Steve Yates, and this is Quick Change. I sure appreciate your time. Thank you."